everyone, you are welcome back to See Concept. I hope you all are doing fine, and to my returning subscribers, I say you are welcome. Thank you for tuning in, and if you are new here also, you are most welcome. Thank you so much. As you can see on your screen today, I shall be showing you how to make a maxi circle dress with ruffle trim. And the materials I'll be working with are this two sets of fabric. This is a lace fabric called cord lace. The color here is a navy blue. And here also is a African print called Ankara. Altogether here I have a 4 yards. Okay. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. And also, if you want to see the end result of this making, kindly sit back and watch to the end. Don't change the dial. So guys, I've placed the fabric on the floor. This is a long maxi dress, right? So I'll be making all the foldings on the floor for you to see very well. So, and this fabric is a 4 yards, and I'll go ahead and place it into 2 equal parts like this, both front and the back. After folding it into 2 equal parts, I will take one edge from this side and fold it into bias form, as if you are forming a triangle. Like this. And from this part, the more you fold it, the more circle you have here. But I don't want to go too far. I'll just stop like this. Then after folding it, you have a triangular shape like this. The next thing is to place the measurement. From this folded edge, I will place the 1/4 of my bust. The 1/4 of my bust is 12 inches. I'll be adding 1.5 inches to it, 1 inch for sewing allowance, and 1/2 inch for ease under the arm. Then I will look for 13.5 somewhere here. This is it. I will mark it. From there, I will rule a straight line. From the bust line, I'll go up by 9 inches. 9 inches for my armhole depth. I will form a straight line as well. Then from this line, I will take my shoulder line. My shoulder line is 16 inches divided by 2, making 8 inches. Then I will add 1/2 inch to it for joining, making 8.5. Then I'll connect this 8.5. I will curve it down to the chest line where I had my after that, I'll go ahead and look for the midpoint of the armhole depth, which is 4.5 inches. Then from there, I will come in by 1/2 inch. Then I will connect it to this dark part. This now will now form our front armhole, while the first one will be the back armhole. Then from this upper part, which is the shoulder line, I will take the length of my dress. The length of my dress is 57. I'll be adding 1 inch to it, making a 58. So I'll place my tape measure from this shoulder line down to the hemline of the dress. this part we are going to add some fabric to it because there's a shortage of fabric here. We're taking my neck width. I want my neck width to be 3 inches. I don't want it too wide. While the neck depth 3.5. While for the front piece, for the back piece, I'll be making my neck depth 1 inch for standard. Then I will give it a curve. So guys, I'll go ahead and cut it out now, but I'll be cutting out the back piece first, then I will later proceed to cut the front piece. This part, I will take my shoulder slope. Then I'll connect it to this part. I'll remove the back piece now and cut out the armhole for the front piece. So I'm done cutting it now. Go ahead and cut out the shortage we have here on my table. So after cutting it, this is the amount we are going to add to this part. Okay, like I said earlier on, the more you fold it, the more, the more shortage of fabric you are going to have on the down parts, and the more joining you are going to have. Okay, because I stop on that level, that is why I have this a little bit of a joining. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and cut it. I will take another fabric, right side facing each other, like this, because I'll be joining it with half an inch. So I'll go ahead and pin it. If you are making a fabric that has a pattern, make sure you follow the pattern as well. Okay, if the pattern is upside down, make sure you place it upside down. If the pattern is upside, make sure you place it upside. Okay, I'll cut it now. So it's equal now. Can you see? Just a bit joining there. The front piece, same thing I did on the back piece, I will repeat it also on the front piece. Okay, I've pinned it down, then I'll place this side on it just to cut it out. It's done now. I'll go ahead and join it together. I will run a stitch half an inch. For this upper part, I'll be adding a ruffle trim to this upper part, just like the video I did last. Okay, so from this shoulder slope, I will take the full measurement of this armhole. So after taking it, I have 11 inches. Half of 11 inches will be 5.5. Then I'll place it here, 5.5. Then I will go ahead and measure from that same shoulder slope. I will measure out my armhole depth, which is 9 inches. Yeah, I will rule it across this folded edge. Having done that, I will now take my curve ruler to curve it to this part. I will curve it down to this part. I'll go ahead now and give it a curve. So after curving it, this is how it's going to look. I will now cut this part off. But remember, I folded both the front and the back piece together, okay? I folded both together. So I'll be cutting out both front and the back piece now. I will now go ahead and cut it out. Make sure you follow the curve line. So this is how it's going to look now. I will now use this upper part to cut out the lace because I'll be replacing this with lace fabric. So I'll go ahead now and place the lace fabric on fold, both front and the back. This for the front, this for the back, on fold. Then I will place the African print on it, both front and the back too. Then I'll be adding half an inch to this down part, half an inch. Leave the neckline, don't add anything to it. And after cutting it, I will take it out because I will be cutting out the neckline for each of the piece. This is the back piece. I'll be cutting out the neckline now. This is the front. Also cut out the neckline. So after cutting it, this is how it's going to look. So I'll go ahead now and take the main fabric. I will place, this is one part of the fabric now, because with the way it is now, we don't have front and the back again. They are both the same with this cut. So I will take one piece, fold it, place it on fold, then notch the center part. This will guide us to place the lace fabric. Then, I haven't done that, I'll open it up like this. This is the right side of the African print. I haven't done that. I will also take the lace fabric and with chalk mark out the center. I'll go ahead now and place it. So on this part, what I'm going to do here is, because I'll be stitching it inside out, okay? This is the right side of the lace and this is the right side of my fabric. I will take it like this, wrong side facing each other like this. Then I will align both together. I haven't done pinning it. This is how it's going to look. So I will take it exactly same way I will be stitching it. I will take it half an inch round like this, same on the other piece. Originally this part is supposed to be inside, but I'll be stitching it facing up, okay, because we'll be stitching up the trimming together with these parts, okay. So I'll go and do that right away. After stitching it up, this is how it's going to look. Now we can differentiate the back and the front. This is the front and this is the back. Now I'll go ahead now and measure out whatever I have here. I have a 34.5, okay. So it depends on your preference now, okay. If you want it fuller, you multiply that 34. For instance, you multiply that 34.5 by 3 inches, or you can multiply by 2.5 or 2 inches, okay. So, but for this tutorial I'll be multiplying it by 3 inches, okay. So I'll go ahead and cut out the strap, which I've done. So this is my strap. My length, this is 34.5. So I'll cut out 3 of these, okay, 3 for front and 3 for back. I will join it together. For the width now, I have a 5 inches. I will use half an inch to gather it to this part, while I will use the half an inch on the other side. I will hem this part in, okay, 1/4 first and another 1/4 again. For the joining, don't get confused. Remember, we stitch it facing up. So you take the strap, you place it like this, right side facing the right side of the fabric. You place it like this. Then make sure you notch the center of this strap. Join it together, make sure they are even or equal, then notch the center. Then go ahead and look for the center here and line it like this. This is it, right side facing the fabric. Then you place it center to center. You gather it, or if you have gathered it, you just place it, okay. So this is how you are going to do it. When you are done, you flip it down like this, give it a good press. If you have overlocking machine, you can lock it up and tighten it up, but if you don't have, no cause for alarm. After flipping it down, then you give it, you top stitch just little in between the fabric and the gathers, okay. So I'm going to do that right away. After gathering it, because I want to stitch everything together at once, then I will now place it. After the gathers, I will now place the front on the back on the front, then join it shoulder to shoulder. The neckline, I'll be using bias binding, okay, to tighten it up. After I must have joined the shoulder to shoulder together, then I will turn it up with this bias binding. Then give it 1 inch on both sides. Remember, we left 1 inch, okay. Then I will hem the down parts. So guys, I've joined the whole part of the dress together. This is the ruffle trim, this is the front, and this is the back. So for this particular part, don't get confused, okay. After running your longest stitch on your strap, if you are using that method, or if you are using your hand as well, just take it like this. Remember, we stitch it up facing up. We stitch it facing up. So you take the dress like this, then you place your fabric, your strap, right side facing the lace or whatever fabric you are using at this upper part. You place it like this, and if you are using your longest stitch, after you must have gather it, you place it, you use your pin to hold it, and I will advise you to join the back and the front separately, okay? Don't join the shoulder to shoulder before adding the ruffle trim, because that will make it difficult, especially if you are newbie. But for you to get accurate results, I will advise you to place the ruffle trim separately, front separately, back separately, okay? So this is it. You just do it round until you get to the shoulder line, you stop. Then you take the back, you do same. So when you are done doing that, you now take the back and the front, okay? Right side facing each other. This is the joining, okay? This is for the front and this is for the back. So you take it, you align it together, okay? Then you run your stitch half an inch to the shoulder line and stop where the neckline stop, okay? So you repeat same thing on the other side, and when you are done, you have something like this, okay? So after that, you now do your neckline. That's what I did, exactly what I did here. And for the back, I didn't use zip, neither button, okay? But if you are applying zip or button, make sure you use like a short zip. And but I will advise you to apply button here. If you are adding anything so far, just apply your button, okay? Right, so this is the back. It's a wild dress, I know. And for the body, I've joined it as well, but I changed my mind. I added pocket to it. Added pocket. Oh, this is it. This is the pocket. This is the hemline. So this is the joining where we join it. You see, we only have a little amount of joining. This is it. Just one side of the dress, I think. Yeah, just one side of the dress. No joining here, only these parts. So this is it, just little joining here. This is the inside where we join it. Can you see? Can you see any joining there? So it's very neat inside. Okay, it's very, very neat. So the joining only appears under the ruffle trim. Like I said earlier on, you can tighten it up with your bias binding, or you can tighten it up with your overlocking machine, but that doesn't matter because the ruffle trim will cover it up, okay? So you can rock it anyhow. Very beautiful. So I'll go ahead and put it on like I always do for you to see the look on me. Okay, and I want to say thank you for watching to the end. You are the best. I love you all. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up to encourage me. If you have not subscribed, kindly press the red subscribe button to do so right away. And don't forget to press your notification bell in case I upload new video, you get notified. Okay, thank you. I want to see your thoughts regarding this maxi dress in the comment section below as well. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye.